my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature somewhere, and I know Starlight wasn't able to get out yesterday. I was having a hard time with my phone, my internet, my internet service. So anyway, here I am. I believe my video is getting uploaded that I've been working on for the last couple days. So I hope that you will be able to watch that video, and that is about how backwards, upside down, inside out this world is. So really you ought to check that out to wonder what the heck does that all mean, Starlight. You gotta check it out if you want to know what that means. But anyway, I just want to reach out to all of you beautiful souls out there. And I'm gonna be doing a lot more inside videos like this because it's cold out there, especially at this time in the morning. And so anyway, I want to reach out and let you know how much I love you and how much I appreciate you. And thank you for being so patient with Starlight. I'm going through so many new experiences lately, and I am mind blown right now of all the things that I'm learning every day. And things can only get better, really. It's just been a big eye-opener as far as this 3D reality, the third dimension here on planet Earth. Starlight, it definitely came from another planet somewhere. So nano as Mork and Mindy on that show there. So yeah, definitely Starlight's part alien, part human, because I did not come from this planet, and you might feel the same way. So you never know, we might have a great connection, because I definitely didn't come from this planet. So anyway, I do love all of you. I hope you can get some help from this video. And this video is so important. So if this is your first time watching Starlight, welcome. And you could find me on YouTube, and that is Starlight, and that's Kathy with a K, Dingman. Plus you can give this video a thumbs up, and besides giving it a thumbs up, whoops, I'm trying to move my I can't move it anymore. Besides giving my videos a thumbs up, you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, see that plus. You can also follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, Kathy with a K, Dingman. And because I just said that plus, I was going to talk about one video, one topic, but because I said that plus, I am going to switch topics this morning, and I'll just switch around and do the other video another time. So both of these videos are really important. Some of you might get it, and some of you might not get it. And I did start watching an awesome live stream video last night, and it was, what I watched was really great. But Starlight was having some issues and had to get some sleep. So anyway, today, what I want to talk to you about is have you ever noticed this out in your reality? And this happened to me this morning. That's why I decided to change topics, because there are forces out there. Now I sound like I'm talking about that one movie, which I never really watched it, but I'm trying to think. I got to think of the name of that title. Hopefully I will come up with it, because I'm not really good at remembering names of movies and stuff like that. But hopefully it will come to me. Dark Invader, I don't know. I gotta figure it out. So anyway, there are forces out there, invisible, that, like you cannot see, that are doing some funky stuff out there. And there's dark energy and light energy. And I definitely met a dark energy person yesterday, which I put that in part of my video that I made last night in the dark in my car, so and you have to agree that yes, there's some people, that they're out in the world and they're trying to do good. They really care about people, and there's people, in different buildings out in my community. They might work at a church building, they might work just at a building, but they're out there feeding homeless people or anybody in need. Like at this time of year, it's a big thing, because Thanksgiving coming up, so there's a lot of people out in the community that are, like even the mailmen, thank you, for the mailmen out there, and the women, of course, we don't want to forget about them, is that, they go door to door collecting, if you want to donate any food, or like in a Christmas time, toys for kids. And that is so beautiful. So, like I really am appreciative, and there's a whole lot of other people out there doing the same thing. Police officers do this, all kinds of organizations out there, out in your community and in mine, that they do. They have a box out there, they decorate it, and they take the time, like to try to have other people to donate either food at Thanksgiving time or any time of the year, plus at Christmas time, for the little ones, and it is really messed up how backwards, upside down this world is. Like I said yesterday, there's so many other things I could have talked about, like Santa Claus. Really, you got the way I look at it is Satan Claus. Santa Claus. It is great that there's people out there that are giving, and they go out and they donate toys or food to kids and families. But really, when they came up with the Santa Claus, which is Satan Claus, it takes away from God. Really, that's the whole plan of that. Is to deceive all those kids out there. And it destroyed me when I was a kid, when I found out there was no such thing as Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy. Wow. Talk about having a tantrum at a small age, because, that is how backwards this world is. That you get all these, and I did the same thing to my kids, but when my kids found out at a very young age, I think my daughter was like 5 years old when I let her know that, I'm so sorry, I love you, but I've been lying to you. I told my kids the truth at the time. My son was too little to understand about Santa Claus or about lies and all that, because he was a couple of years younger than my daughter. But, I told my daughter at a very young age, because it really did. Once I found out what I was doing when I went to church was wrong, and it was really, like it's the way they set this up just to take, we're supposed to celebrate it because the Jesus was born around that time at Christmas. It had nothing to do about a fat guy, with a beard and having a I'm sorry, but he had a big belly, and he was up in the sky with reindeer, and that's how backwards, upside down this world is. The kids have been lied to right from the very beginning. They get out of their mother's womb, and the first year they're having Christmas for them, and I never liked it, because this Santa Claus was getting all the credit for all the work and all this stuff that I was doing, when I really didn't have a lot of money to go out and buy Christmas gifts for my kids. And this is what these people have done by creating a Santa Claus in this world, is it caused a lot of stress on families out there, single moms or single dads or families, period, where they couldn't even afford, like to do this, to go out and try to get gifts when they had a hard enough, all their money, especially if they're spending their money wisely, and, where they're not buying a bunch of junk food for their kids, they're buying healthy stuff, they're cutting back on stuff, trying to pay their bills, and every time they get a paycheck, their money is gone, and then, now we got to go out and buy, presents for our kids at Christmas time because of Santa Claus, which Santa Claus doesn't even exist. So that's how backwards, I wish I did add that in my other video. But, the reason why I'm mentioning this is that there is a force out there, and they don't want you to focus on God. They don't want you to believe in God. And the reason why I'm making this is a weird video. So some of you are going to get this and some of you are not. So the reason why I say some of you are going to get this is because some of you are sleeping. and some of you are awake. So the ones that are sleeping might not get this at all. And so the ones that are awake, like you might totally get this. You might have recognized this. You might have heard this with your ears, definitely with your ears, is how twisted this world really is. And some of you, yeah, you might think Starlight's crazy, which I did make a video on. That is, I'm not crazy, I am just waking up. And that's what I did get a little bit of message last night from a deep diver out there, Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart. He made a live video. I didn't get to watch all of it, but I'm going to continue to watch that. I know it's got a lot of good stuff in there to help me out in my spiritual journey right now. But this morning I was on my way, to get my cup of coffee, and I had the radio on a certain channel, and I had to kind of laugh, I'm like, this is so funny, because my radio station, I don't know how they do this, but it was talking directly to Starlight. And some of you might be ready to push the button to stop this video right now as I'm talking to you. But please do not push the stop or the pause or button yet. Please stick with me right now. Please, you really need to hear this, because I was heading to a Stewart's to go get my coffee to heat, like to use their microwave, and the radio station had a advertisement. And, this happens to people when they actually might smoke marijuana, because smoking marijuana can do this to you. And Starlight really would love to smoke marijuana right now, but I absolutely cannot. I cannot. It would be too much for me. So, anyway, or people that might do other drugs, that like when you hallucinate, any of those kind of drugs, this could happen to you. Or if you're going through a spiritual awakening, yeah, this could happen to you too, which Starlight has gone through many of those through her life, and I love him. I can't wait. I'm like, universe, when can I have another spiritual awakening, when I like wham, where those are really powerful and you always learn something. And some people don't like those, but Starlight, that's why Starlight likes her marijuana, because it can get you tapped in to wake you up to the real reality of this world. And it might trip you up a little bit, but it really will teach you certain things. It will open up your third eye to have you have a more of an understanding of this third dimension. And those of you that actually smoke marijuana and know what I'm talking about, especially if you smoke that really good so believe me, Starlight, really, I would love to do that, but I can't. I got stuff that I'm working on right now. So, what I was talking about with this morning, as far as the radio station goes, now, if you guys or girls have watched any of Starlight's videos in the past, because I did not graduate, is that my English might not be perfect. I don't really care, so it doesn't, like there's things I didn't even understand growing up as far as the English, how, like how certain words had the same, they sounded the same, but they spelt differently and meant differently, the silent letters and all that, like the P, that's a silent, you don't say phone as in phone, so some things never made sense anyway with the English language, and I don't know about all the other languages out there. So it is not perfect how they created all that stuff. But so anyway, I do know, but when I'm talking and making videos, I talk so much or so fast that I'm not aware of what I'm talking about. It's easier for me to write it down and be able to make those adjustments. But because I am talking, there are times that I will tell you that I'll just say, oh yeah, you can give this video a thumbs up. Plus, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can follow me on Instagram, so I would make videos like this in the past where I kept on, repeating the same um, statements over and over again, which really they teach you not to do that. Like I would have to really say, well, you can give my videos a thumbs up and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you'd like, you can also follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight. So that is my example of what I'm talking about. But this morning, see, there is a force out there, the dark and the light force, which it was so funny. And this is not the first time I've had this happen to me. Many times is when your radio station or even the TV, or, there's sometimes, of course, people might do this to you, but really, right now, I'm talking about your radio or your TV, where the TV or radio will start making jokes about you, and you'll be like, huh, they're talking to, I can't believe it. The radio is talking to Starlight, and you might think I'm crazy, but you know what? Doctors know about this, nurses know about this out there, because I have been in the hospitals in and out where other patients, at that time, I wasn't experiencing this. So the questions that the nurses or the doctors or psychologists or whoever is working with the mental field, with the people that are going through some stuff that they don't understand, that's been in the hospital, maybe they've seen things that they don't understand, or heard things that they don't understand, or experienced things that they don't understand, and then the doctors and the nurses and whoever works with these people are trying to diagnose to what their issue is so they can medicate them, of course. It's a money making thing that they have. It's a big money making. People make money off of getting you on, medications. So one of the questions would be is your radio talking to you? Are you hearing voices? So those two things, those two questions. So some of those patients that have been in psych hospitals, that were possibly going through a spiritual awakening, where the doctors were labeling them with bipolar or schizophrenia especially, or schizoaffective, different types of names that they have out there that they use for people that they claimed that have mental illnesses. And a lot of times if they are having a mental illness, that really comes way back, and where they more than likely have been abused severally over and over again by either their family members or people, or the boyfriend, husband, wife, or whoever, strangers, where that's where a lot of mental illnesses come from. Not all, where it affects them later on in their life. It could trigger even just like the military men and women, and that's one of the things that I have, is the same thing that military men and women, PTSD, so there's a lot, like we have a lot of that stuff. A lot of people have bipolar, so there's the different levels to that with a bipolar, like some people are go really high and really, really, really low, So when it comes to the radio station talking to you, so this morning I'm heading to go to the stores, and the radio had this advertisement trying to sell you different things, and they're like, plus, you could get this, and plus, you could get that, and plus, and I started laughing my ass off. I'm like, they're laughing at me. They're making jokes about me, and you might think, Starlight, you're freaking out there. When was the last time that you got on medication or something? I am not crazy. I am waking up. You really got to really listen out there in this world. You're missing out because, you're so distracted on so many things, but when you get tuned in, even the signs that are all over everywhere, like my angels talk to me, and you're like, angels, they talk to you? Yeah, they do. There's messages. It's a beautiful thing. There's times that I'm driving down the road and a big truck goes by, And I made a video this not too long ago about how the archangels really do. And some of you are probably ready to push that stop button or the pause button. But that's okay, because it just means that you're sleeping. You're not quite awake to the real reality is that everybody wakes up at a different time, right? I woke up at what time? My alarm didn't go off because I didn't set it right. So I woke up later than I was supposed to because I never set my alarm clock the right way. I forgot to set it the right way. But so sometimes you guys might wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, which that's what I had my alarm set, and that just quite did not happen this morning. And some of you might wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, or 9 o'clock, or 10 o'clock, or you might not even set your alarm at all. So we all do wake up in physical form and at different times, and we all go to bed at different times. But there's a deeper meaning of waking up where it says in the Bible, like that there's people in the church that are there physically, they see them in the pews. And I'm not saying pew because I know that stuff can be pretty stinky. Is that they'll be in the pews at the church. And when I say pews, that means the seats that are in there. Those are pews, not the things that you do when you wake up in the morning after you drink a coffee. Not that kind of pew. So when people can go to the church, sit in the pews, hear the man, whether, he's, a lot of people will say the man of God, will preach the word of God, if that is possible, is that person will preach the word of God in front of the people in the church, and he'll be telling you stuff to help you out, I hope, and it could go in one ear and out the other ear, where they're not even hearing the word of God. They hear it, but they're not really, it's because they're still sleeping, kind of like when you're sleeping and somebody could talk to you. But I've known people like this. I call them dead sleepers, where they are, I notice that men really are like this in my life, is that when they hit that bed, bam, they're out. Starlight, forget it. Starlight will toss and turn a while, like I gotta unwind for the day, and then eventually I will fall asleep. But I've known many, not that I was with these guys, it's just that I've known many men out in the world where when the lights go out, they just boom, there's like bye-bye. They're just out in dream world or sleep world or whatever. They're just done for. So and that is how it is in a spiritual form or whatever. I don't know how to explain this, but I'm going to explain it the best way I can. But it says in the Bible where there are people that are sleeping, but they're walking around, they go to work, and all this, but they're like consciously not awake yet. So there's levels to this shit. There is. It's amazing. So right now, I know I'm reaching a higher level because I'm growing. That means because I am growing, I get to see more and understand more what is really going on in this reality. And that is what I'm learning, is when you grow and you're getting rid of things in your body that is not good and healthy for you, and you're focusing more on God, and you really want to be the best version of yourself, or to be the change that you want to see in the world, that means there's going to be more challenges coming your way, because now you're up the bar, so now, you could get attacked more, by this force out there that is trying to stop you to reach people out in the world, especially if you want to live for God and you are here to do the work that God has sent you here for. Like Starlight, I have been sent here apparently in my past lifetime, that I wanted to come back and help this planet out. And those are what we call like the chosen ones or light workers. Either way, that's why my name is Starlight, is because I am sent here. I don't know what planet and what alien family I came from, but I agreed to coming back to this place, this planet, to help wake up people and inform them with the information that I have learned in my life. And that is why when I started out, before I was even born, that there was a force already, you know, right when my mother conceived, like found out that she was pregnant, and she didn't know at first, whether she was going to have a boy or a girl, but my parents did not want any more children. And so right in that time frame is, it is sad, and there's a lot of moms and dads out there that do this, is that they don't want you, and they might try to abort you one way or another. And but Starlight made it through all that. See, I was already trying to, not me, but a force out there was already trying to destroy Starlight before she was even born. So that is, like an agreement that I made in my past, that I was going to be born in a family like that. And I was going to go through hell as a child and stuff like that. So throughout my life, I've experienced so many things that most people would not even be able to go to work. They would be, like, getting money from the government because psychologically, emotionally, or physically, like, could not make it through all this stuff that they endured on this planet. But Starlight, somehow or another, has been strong enough to be able to get through all those challenges that she went through in her life. And that is why I have a YouTube channel, is to help you to understand that there's more to this reality. And some of you might be scratching your head thinking, yeah, I do know there's something kind of screwy with this planet and this third, and it doesn't make any sense the way the government does things and how the presidents do things and why they, like how all this stuff works. And, I don't get into the politics at all. It's just more than I can handle. I don't know the history, and I don't believe them. I don't trust them. So, like, you might be thinking the same thing, that you might, not trust them. You might kind of keep up on it, or don't know who to believe or trust, and don't agree with how they run things in this world. So there's a whole bunch of people out on the planet throughout the whole world that are chosen ones. We all are chosen ones, but some of them, not a lot, are the ones that are waking up. So the ones that are waking up to understand that they are a chosen one, and that they do have a job here to do, is to inform you that this reality is more than what you think it is. There's a force out there. It is invisible, whether aliens, like a dark force aliens, light force aliens. You might think, oh no, this crazy chick, what the heck is she talking about again? Well, hey, believe what you want to believe. I'm only here to tell you the things that I've experienced. There is an invisible force out here. No, I'm trying to think of the name of that dark, I'm trying to think of that movie that, Vader. I'm trying to think of there's a lot of people that really got into this show here. Um, ah. I don't know. I keep on thinking Dark Vader, but I don't know what the name of this program is. So there are people that get into certain movies, and that's, those movies that you watch, they're trying to, these people have information, and they're trying to wake you up to what your future is going to be like. Like, like we watched movies a long time ago, like with Star Trek or different kind of shows or movies, and you thought, oh, that was a great movie, and now, wind the clock, and go into the future. But now, that movie is not such a movie, is it? Now it's like, oh my, now we do have cell phones, now we do have computers. We didn't have that before, but they had a movie, the aliens and UFOs, and I mean, like, so it is amazing how they make movies. Certain Hollywood stars out there, they're acting out like, playing a part on these movies to kind of try to wake you up to really the reality of this world. So don't think I'm crazy. I am just waking up. I'm waking up because there's a time for us to wake up. God's already got this all set and all planned. So it's my job to, whether you like it or not, to do what I am doing, to be a voice to the voiceless, to help people to wake up to the truth that you have been lied to, you've been deceived, And we need to wake up so we can help our families and our loved ones, to help them, because you really, what's going to happen in the future, you really don't have a lot of time, even though time is an illusion. But we need to wake up to the reality so we can be prepared. I'm not here to scare you, but it's to prepare you so you know what to do and know how to avoid certain things out here. And really, I love all of you. So if you hear the radio, like this morning, they were picking on Starlight, because I did make a video like that not too long ago, and I was like, plus you can, like this video, plus you can, and I'm thinking, oh my, they're messing with me. Starlight did not. I said something, but it didn't quite all the way come out of my mouth. So anyway, you can give this video a thumbs up. Plus, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or plus on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. Plus, so it is tripping when you and how did they do that? How did they actually make advertisement to, like, already be laughing at you, making jokes at, and they do this with the movies or on, radio stations, where a commercial will be on there, and you'll be like, huh, I can kind of relate to this commercial, this ad, or whatever, this advertisement, plus. So anyway, yeah, that was pretty crazy, wasn't it? But this is really because the more you wake up, the more you start seeing stuff. And I'm not on any drugs right now, sometimes I wish I was, but no, this is not smoking pot. This is not taking LSD. This is absolutely me. This is morning. It's almost 10 o'clock. I'm out here waiting for Verizon to open up. So Starlight didn't get high this morning when I made this video or heard that advertisement on the radio. And doctors and hospitals and nurses know this stuff. The government, they know about this stuff. All the mental hospitals and psychologists and all that who study people with mental illnesses and all that stuff, they know about this stuff. So there's a lot of people out there that play dumb. They want to test you out to see what so watch out for those people out there. They test you out. They'll ask you questions and they won't give you information, just like police officers are guilty of that. They test to see what you know, and if you don't know it, they're not going to share it with you. They want to learn from you, but they're not going to really teach you really what they know, because they're making money that way. They make money, by ignorance, by being ignorant, not knowing. So anyway, I do love all of you. This has gone kind of longer than I wanted to, but I do love all of you. You can, like I said, you could do that. Plus, so anyway, this is Starlight, and this is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.